Despite beating Wall Street profit forecasts for the second quarter, shares of Coca-Cola fell as much as 3% on Tuesday as it slightly lowered its full-year sales goals due to challenging macroeconomic conditions overseas. Joining me today to discuss the quarter a little bit is Coca-Cola President and COO James Quincey. Thanks for taking the time today, James. I appreciate it.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Well, I wanted to start off with China. That was a big focus on the earnings call. Their economy grew almost 7% in the second quarter, flat versus the first quarter. They're looking for 6.5% to 7% growth. Does it feel like it's growing by that rate from a Coca-Cola perspective right now?
I think, what's important about China is probably a few things. We totally believe in the long-term opportunity in China, but the transition of the economy from investment towards consumer is producing a number of, buffeting headwinds. And I don't think the fast-moving consumer goods sector is seeing that sort of level of GDP growth at the moment from consumer sellout. And that's really part of what we're responding to by the changes that we're making in our business.
And what are some of the actions you were taking? It seems like from the call you had a two-pronged strategy, go after more premium but also target more of the affordability options in the rural markets.
Absolutely. It's that kind of dichotomy that we're seeing in the new Chinese economy where some of the metro areas, the middle class, are still doing well, and there's still a lot of opportunity to bring new, innovative, premiumized products to them as that part of the economy moves forward. But the rural, second-tier, blue-collar is under pressure in this transition, and there we need to bring the affordable options, smaller packages, new offerings to give them something that they can connect to. So there is those two things. I would actually add a third thing that we're doing at the moment, which is this slowdown in the sales out of the supermarkets for many categories in fast-moving consumer goods is having a kind of a whiplash effects through the supply chain, and we're seeing a kind of a destocking effect. And so we're revamping the way we work with wholesalers and distributors to get the biggest bang for our buck.
Interesting. And switching gears back to the U.S. a little bit, this week we've gotten interesting earnings or sluggish earnings from McDonald's, Panera, Starbucks, Chipotle, Buffalo Wild Wings, the entire restaurant sector, and everybody's speaking of doom and gloom. Have you seen any pushback to some of the price increases you've taken on soda or even still beverages?
I think we had a strong quarter on price mix in the U.S. The U.S. was really good, had 3 price mix, 1 volume for a 4 organic growth. The U.S. is on a good path for growth. It's got the right strategy on marketing, innovation, and execution, and we see that continuing into the future. I think, yes, the second quarter was a little softer in some of the on-premise. The weather was pretty miserable in May, and maybe that's something of what you're seeing in those sectors. But our broad business across on and off premise in the U.S. continues to be on the right track, growing revenue and capturing a very fair share of that.
No, that's a good point. I think what got lost in the sauce too. Everybody focuses on your soda number, but there would look to be some pretty good growth in still beverages. Can you take us through some of the higher growth areas? I know energy drinks, they're not necessarily still, but you did know growth in other areas.
Yeah, look, not only are some of these stills categories growing very quickly, we're actually gaining share in almost every category we compete in, including sparkling. Some of the categories in stills that are good, obviously energy still continues to be very strong. A number of the kind of higher-end premium juice segments or plant-based drink segments, we're seeing a lot of growth there. Coming through on Sozzi, which was an acquisition for us, or the Simply orange juice and premium drinks brands. Very good growth. Fairlife at the premium end of dairy. Ready-to-drink tea. Been a category been around for a long time, but we're seeing the premium end with Honest and Gold Peak really with strong growth. So it's about that combination of innovative new products that appeal to where the consumers are going with the right marketing and very focused execution.
Touching on energy drinks, I walked over to Dwayne Reed by our office this morning, and I picked up 3 of these monster drinks. And I finished all 3. I'm actually on my 3rd one right now. And I was surprised by how many new offerings they've come out, a lot of low-calorie options. You guys hold, I believe, a 16.7% stake in this company. I looked up their financial statements before you came on. Doing great. Why haven't you bought the rest of this company? It seems like they're really doing well right now.
Well, we made an initial investment and an initial partnership. We're very happy with it. I couldn't possibly comment on where we're going in the future, but I think it's, we're very happy with where we've got to. The Monster portfolio has been introduced obviously in the US, but around the world, we're expanding the distribution, and I think it's a very strong story, and we're both doing very well out of it.
Sure. And last one, a fun one, I'll leave you on this. You guys moved pretty quickly to capitalize on LeBron James. I believe you offered special cans in Ohio. You had a marketing campaign. Are you planning anything else as we look towards the end of the year? Tons of publicity around his championship. Are you looking to capitalize on that even further?
Of course we have plans, but I couldn't possibly comment on what they were.
Oh, all right. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, thank you for taking the time as always. Good luck this quarter.
Thank you.